To watch this video in Hindi, go to the video settings, click on audio tracks and then select your preferred language. Please keep the auto-translated subtitles on. It's really hard for me to hold back my imagination today. If any hymn dedicated to the goddess is really close to my heart, then it is definitely the Devi Suktam. Every time I read this hymn, I am lost in some other world. Imagine around 3,500 years ago, on a holy morning, a sage is meditating in the first light of the dawn. She is Sage Vak, who experienced the great realization. She saw that in the vastness of this universe, all cosmic objects are moving in their own rhythm. Entities like Agni, Varuna, Mitra, and Indra are existing in their own elements. She realized that all of these cosmic objects and natural elements may seem different from their outward appearances, but some invisible thread binds them together. That invisible thread is nothing but energy. That energy which manifests in the heat of the fire, in the speed of Rudra's bow, and in the intensity of Indra's thunderbolt. That eternal energy announced her existence through that sage. That great hymn, the Devi Suktam, was revealed to us.
बिभर्म्यहं इन्द्राग्नि अहमश्विनोभा अहं सोमामहनस्वं बिभर्म्यहं त्वष्टारमुत पूषणं भगम् अहं दधामि द्रविणं भविष्मते सुप्राप्य यजमानया सुन्वते अहं.
Sage Vak is also known as Vagamrini because she was the daughter of Sage Amrina. The most important aspect of the Devi Suktam is that the seer is experiencing the Supreme One within herself. She is speaking from the first person perspective. It is as if the goddess is sending some cosmic knowledge to the conscious organisms of this world through Sage Vak. Or it can also mean that we are not separate from the Supreme One. We are just parts of a greater reality. This hymn in many ways has shaped our perceptions of the goddess today. The goddess declares that Rudra and Vasus are kept in motion by her. She is the inner power of Aditya, Varuna, Mitra, Indra, Agni, twin Ashwins, and the Vishwadevas. She is the primordial energy, Adi Shakti. She says that all the elements of the universe are actually dependent on her power. Nothing exists in her absence. The most interesting aspect of the Devi Sukta is its diction. Hymns are usually composed to praise the deities, but this hymn is not a praise, it is a declaration made by the goddess herself. She declares that she resides in the form of energy in all the elements of this universe and our life. She is the empress of this universe. You may argue that this hymn only talks about ancient Hindu gods. Where did the universe come from? Well, you are right. Indra, Varuna, Vasu, Agni are indeed Hindu gods. But what do they symbolize? If we look at the deities of Rigveda, the main deity Indra is deeply associated with thunder and lightning. Agni embodies fire. He is also one of the Vasus. The Ashwins are the embodiments of medicines, healing, and rejuvenation. Mitra embodies social harmony. Rudra is the lord of storms, protection, and war. Aditya embodies cosmic order and light. Soma represents a divine drink, which in many cases was seen as a symbol of immortality. Finally, Vishwadeva is the collective form of all deities. In this hymn, we find the names of a group of celestial deities, the Vasus. Who are the Vasus? The 8 Vasus are the sky or the space, the earth, wind, fire, water, the sun or light, the moon, and the stars. So it appears that either they are personifications of a particular aspect of human life and society, or they are the embodiment of a particular element of this universe. And the goddess is saying that she is the one who resides in the form of energy in all of them. After that, the goddess says the divine drink Soma is her gift to us. Tvashta, who is the architect of this universe, and Pusha, who is the giver of nourishment to the living world, are mighty in her power. She is the one who bestows luck. She is the one who enables us to perform the holy fire ritual or yagna. She is also declaring that she is the first among the deities to be worshipped. She is omnipresent, all-pervasive. So here the goddess is declaring that she resides not only in the large cosmic objects and natural elements, but also in the smallest of beings like us. She is within us in different forms of energy, including the energy of consciousness. We eat food to get energy, but the goddess is saying that the energy to eat food is also given by her. By her power, we see, hear, and breathe. Even those who do not consciously know her are actually under the rule of that primordial energy. She is also the power that fulfills human desires. It is the goddess who gives strength to the strong. From the deep space to our thoughts, she resides everywhere. The goddess says the power of Rudra's bow is also the goddess herself. She has created this beautiful world for us in which we live. From heaven to the land of mortals, she is present everywhere. The point to note here is that she is not a deity or god who lives in the heaven. She is omnipresent. From the largest objects in the universe to the smallest of creatures, she resides in all. The goddess says the black water of the great ocean originated from her womb. In this case, probably the cosmic water has been referred to. In Hindu scriptures, deep space has been imagined as an endless ocean. She resides in all worlds and all realities at the same time. Finally, she also says that it is impossible for us to fully realize her glory, as our knowledge is limited and she is beyond our understanding. Today we all know that everything in this universe is an expression of energy. Take anything for example, like our body or the fusion going on inside the sun. Everything is actually a manifestation of energy. But the thing is that this knowledge has come to us after a long pursuit of scientists. But how did people imagine such a thing by themselves around 3,500 years ago? This is beyond my understanding. The Devi Sukta of Tantra comes long after the Devi Sukta of the Rigveda. It is a part of the Purana composed by sage Markandeya. There is no difference between the two Devi Suktas as long as their inner meaning is concerned. But in the case of the Devi Sukta of Tantra, the main two differences are, firstly, here the sage is praising the goddess. The goddess herself is not declaring her nature. Secondly, the Devi Sukta of Tantra focuses much more on the goddess's control over our senses, instead of talking about the cosmological aspects. The sage is referring to the goddess as Mahadevi, the great goddess. He is saying that the goddess is nature herself. He is constantly bowing to this goddess. The goddess is eternal, yet ever-changing. She is the benefactor, the bestower of accomplishments and wealth, and to her the sage constantly bows. She is Durga, that is, the destroyer of obstacles, the deliverer from difficulties. The sage then says that the goddess is present in all beings. She is the ruler of our senses. She is our sleep. She is hunger. She is shadow. She is strength. She is thirst. She is beauty. She is Lakshmi. It is believed that the hymns of the Vedas were not composed by the sages themselves. They saw or heard them. And this great knowledge was revealed to them by cosmic forces. But can the cosmos really communicate like we do? We know that energy is playing its role across the universe. Everything animate and inanimate is its manifestation. But still, my conventional knowledge tells me that energy itself does not speak. It is only imagination. But then my inner self says to me, "You are just a fool." A special thanks to Sohini Nandi for this beautiful rendition of the Devi Suktam.